everybody. When it comes to C-segment cars in the automotive industry, the most popular car we think of is the Volkswagen Golf, or the Ford Focus, or even the Toyota Corolla. However, there are many variations of C-segment cars. They're not always hatchbacks. There are also sedans and estate versions. And then also when we think of hybrid C-segment cars, a primary example is like the Toyota Prius. So it seems like the Toyota Prius today is not alone, because today we are going to talk about a special competitor. Now this is no ordinary competitor. This competitor goes by the name Hyundai Ionic. Now I say this is no ordinary competitor because I say this all the time. When it comes to Hyundai, the first thing that should pop in your mind is good value for money. This Hyundai Ionic costs 30,000 euros. Is this good value for money or not? We are going to find out in a moment, everyone. Let's get down with this review right now. The design, they've become more desirable, and which is a great thing, you know. And also, it's not a question of desirability, it's also a question of economic values and ecologic values. Hyundai has been putting full initiatives in being as economic and ecologic as possible. And the ways they've been doing it is by introducing hybrid engines, plug-in hybrid engines, and even electric cars. Now, you have the option of having a plug-in hybrid version of this Hyundai Ionic, or even an electric version. However, this version is just the hybrid. Over here is your hybrid engine, guys. Now, listen up very carefully. Like I said, this is not your plug-in hybrid. This is just your hybrid. So you know what this means? This means a bit of science class. Let me teach you all something small. Imagine this. You push the brakes and the next thing you know, the thermal heat recharges the battery. How amazing is that? This is exactly what happens in this Hyundai Ionic. And if ever you don't have a chance to go to the gym, you know just the thing to do with this lightweight bonnet. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That was worth it. Wow. Now the gym workout is really paying off. Exterior design of the Hyundai Ionic, and I have to say it's very stunning. It's a massive change for Hyundai, in my opinion. In fact, when it first came out, it was amazing to look at. It was something different, something completely revolutionary for sighting, and also looks very desirable. I also particularly like how you have those lightings arranged. I like how those lights were intended to join with the lightings at the bottom, and you have the body paint in the middle. Very, very interesting indeed. Now be aware, this is the body paint, which looks amazing. Over here, this is silver. It goes right underneath the lighting, so if this car was in a darker tone color, you'd be able to notice this silver trim easily. But in this color, it blends very, very well. I have to confess, I really like the color of this Hyundai Ionic. It looks interesting and also very appealing to look at. In fact, it gives it a sort of sporty vibe to it. You guys also get an actual air vent which has a purpose. Now the front of this Hyundai Ionic is very interesting because it actually does remind me of a Hyundai model that comes from the 2000s. I'm not sure what's that model I'm talking about, but I know very well that Hyundai did have a coupe-like model in the 2000s which had a similar front, but you don't have the badge in the middle. Like there was a time when Hyundai used to put the badge right here. Hyundai has displayed a keen interest in identity. They really have been making cars we can relate to with ancestor models. I absolutely like the design of the wheel. It looks interesting. Reminds me of a, well, it looks like a star. Over here you get the two-tone color, so over here you get a darker tone, very nice gray, and then over here you get a silver tone color, and I like this sort of shape on it. Reminds me of a fish fish skin. Looks like a skin of a fish. Interesting. I really like it. And this kind of design is actually quite good, and it pairs very well with the theme of hybrid, and let alone for Hyundai. Looks very good. I'm impressed. This is the side design of the Hyundai Ionic, and I have to confess, I feel like Hyundai has been playing a bit simple with the side design. They're not so linear like the Hyundai Tucson or the Hyundai Bayon. It's just one simple line on the side, which blends at the front, but it goes all the way towards the rear light, and then eventually it blends with the rear light design. And then on the side at the bottom of the doors you do get some straight lining, and you get this protection right here. Very good. And then also you get some chrome right here. Now this chrome has also been a bit simple in my opinion. Like over here you get this nice design of the chrome, and it goes underneath the windows, and it stops at the front. It doesn't go over the windows. I've also noticed the same thing about the bonnet of this Hyundai Ionic, guys. I mean, this is actually the first time I've seen a bonnet with not many details on it. Over here, you get this little elevation going on. So, like, this part is equivalent to the side body, the side profile of this Hyundai Ionic. But then over here, there's a little elevation going on. Like on most bonnets of cars, you will notice. And then, however, for the rest of the bonnet, it's just plain. There's not many details, no lining, nothing to indicate it's aerodynamic. But in my opinion, I think this is very good. It pairs very well with the theme, and it's interesting also. I like it. A bit of simplicity sometimes makes a lot of pleasance. Over here is the rear design of the Hyundai Ionic, and I have to confess, it looks very desirable. This has to be one of the most interesting rear design I've ever seen for a C-segment car. It's something non-conventional. It's something unique. It has its own identity. There's nothing very try-hard about it. It's just naturally good. I like it. Look at this. Just look at this lighting. Look at how everything is styled. Now, when I first saw the rear of this Hyundai Ionic, I instantly thought of a Hyundai Coupe, which was built in the 2000s. I don't know what is the name. I don't know if it was even a coupe or maybe it was a car, but I vividly remember Hyundai did a car or a coupe, a sedan or a coupe in the 2000s, and it had exactly something similar to this. Or maybe not exactly, guys, but I'm sure it had something similar. I'm sure of it, because I see this rear, and the first thing that pops in my mind is something from the 2000s. But whatever it is, guys, it is beautiful, stunning, and I think this is a prominent sign of identity for Hyundai. And I like how the windows are split by what looks like an imitation of a spoiler, but it's not a spoiler indeed. It's just part of the rear door, and underneath you get the other part of the window. So it's like split windows in the rear. Very nice. I have to admire the profile from this side, guys. Like, look at this car from this side. Look at it. It looks very interesting, and it gives it a very sporty impression from this angle, and I'm absolutely impressed. I like it from this angle right here. It has a GT vibe to it. That's very decent. I really like it. But whilst exploring the exterior, I also noticed something questionable. The only questionable thing I would like to point out is how you get this grille. Now, this grille looks good, but there's no air intake at all. Like, maybe there's very minor air intake, but what's the point of having this whole thing look like a grille if there's very minimal air intake? You guys get a rear view camera right underneath the badge next to the rear door button. Now that's interesting, guys. Very good. I like how they've positioned it right there, so it's not so conspicuous out there. You don't get parking cameras for the front whatsoever. The rear, you get a rear view parking camera, but the front doesn't get any parking camera. Now, whether that's surprising or not, that's very debatable, because there's some C-segment cars that don't come with front view cameras because you already have the parking sensor. I absolutely like the feel of this door handle. I also like how it's a two-tone color door handle. So on top you have a sort of aluminum style door handle, or I'm not sure if it's aluminum. Actually, it's not aluminum. It's I'm not sure what material it is, but it's like this sort of material. And over here, it's the body color. So it's interesting. And this button is your keyless entry. Now let's move to the interior of this Hyundai Ionic. This is a very interesting interior already, and I see some prominent advantage. First advantage I've already noticed is for a C-segment car of 30,000 euros, it looks well equipped. I haven't sat in it yet, but I'm standing right here, and just by sight I already see everything is occupied. Everything is loaded with options. Already the first thing that intrigued me was the seating. You get nice leather seats, and you also get seating adjustment with lumbar support. Wow. Okay, amazing, guys. And not only do you get just leather seats, you also get heated and ventilated front seats, heated steering wheel. So this is the interior of the Hyundai Ionic, and I have to confess, it looks very interesting. I like the design, actually. I like how you get this linear chrome right there that goes over the air conditioning vents. Speaking of air vents, you get this nice design of an air vent. It looks like a rear of a car from the 1960s. Looks very interesting. I like it. I really do. And you get the same side, same air vent on this side. Very nice. I like the quality, the feel of the quality. You get two air vents right here in the middle. And over here is your infotainment screen. Very decent, actually. Oh, and you get your heated windows and buttons right there. And I'm assuming this whole thing is your climate control. And now you're going to ask, where's your media control? Well, here you go. Your media control would be within the infotainment, or you get extra media controls right here. And here's your cruise control. Okay, guys, I have rarely seen a C-segment car with this feature. Do you know what it is? Seating memory. I mean, for a C-segment car of 30,000 euros, you get seating memory, you get heated front seats and ventilated front seats. You get two 12-volt sockets right there, guys, next to each other. This has to be the first time I've ever seen two 12-volt sockets right next to each other. It's very rare. Like, usually most car brands would have only one and one USB point, but in the case of this Hyundai Ionic, they've been generous to give you a lot. I mean, look at this. You even get a USB point. Very nice. And this is your wireless recharge, I'm assuming. Yeah, it has to be. I think it is, yeah. Over here, you have your safety systems like blind spot monitoring, lane assist, and you get your traction control button right there. This button is for your fuel cap, guys. Now that is very, very good. I'm impressed. You get two cup holders, guys. One here and one here. I like how they both have different designs, but they can double as storage as well, so you don't have to use them as cup holders all the time. But you can if you want to. Anyways, and over here you get this slender storage right here, which is quite deep. I just wonder how can you reach the things that are in there. I'm assuming that's for your parking tickets or cards or whichever. And over here is your center console storage, which is a bit on the thin side for a C-segment car. Yeah, it's a bit on the slender side, but then you do get a 12-volt socket in there as well. Quite decent. Otherwise, this armrest is pretty cozy, guys. I like it. I mean, you can relax your arms onto it whilst cruising. I also like the piano black trim that goes in the center of this interior. Like over here, you get this piano black trim around the infotainment system, and right here next to the climate controls, and then over here next to the gearbox. This is your door handle that doubles as a storage, well, micro storage space. Quite nice. I like the feel of the quality. Well, it's plastic, but it feels good, actually. I like this nice armrest over here. It's leather, and I like the feel of the door. It's also like squidgy plastic, as it were. This is your side door bin, guys, and I have to say it's doesn't look like it can fit a big water bottle, but it can certainly fit a small water bottle, and you get extra storage in there, so there's not much you can complain about. You get lighting for the front seats, guys, and you get storage for your sunglasses. Quite nice. Very decent indeed. And also, You do get a mirror over here. So guys, overall, I'm very impressed with the interior of this Hyundai Ionic. I have to say it was very good. It looks very good, actually. And I really do like the design. Aesthetically, it looks appealing. And in terms of equipment, I am very impressed, guys. I mean, this interior is one of the best interior I've ever seen for a C segment in terms of equipment. However, in terms of the material, I have to say it was just endless hard plastic in some places. I mean, look here, guys. It's just hard plastic over here. The window controls and the mirror controls, all the controls here are very good. But you even get a central lock button, very good. But it's all plastic. So, yeah, you know, it could do with a bit of, well, if not brushed aluminum, like maybe a bit of, you know, chrome touching at the edge, who knows? But that doesn't matter so much. And I've also noticed a similar thing going on in the center, guys. Like over here, plastic, over here, plastic, over here, plastic. It's just, yeah, it's like very prominent here. Guys, this is the rear seat of the Hyundai Ionic, and I have to say, my leg room is a bit limited, I'd say. Like, yeah, but that's if the front passenger and driver are generous enough to move their seat forward. Otherwise, if not, then it's okay. It's not a big deal, but yeah, it's fine. Otherwise, my knee room is just about enough. Otherwise, it does make contact every now and then with the driver's seat or passenger seat. Hey guys, because the design of this Hyundai Ionic is a bit coupe-ish, so, you know, in the sense, the back, the rear part of the roof bends downwards, you know, at the rear. This does obstruct the headroom ever so slightly. It does eat into headroom space. So basically, my head is okay. The back of my head is making contact with this headrest, which is good. I'm very comfortable. But if you look carefully at my hair, it is making contact with the roof. So I have just about enough headroom. I'm comfortable personally. I'm fine. Yeah, I feel okay. So similar quality to the front, guys. This is quite nice, and you get heated rear seats. Very, very good, guys. I'm impressed. Heated rear seats. You get this nice door bin right here. You can hold a small water bottle. Very good. And also you get this nice net for your rear seat pockets. Over here, rear seat air conditioning, guys, although you don't get the climate control for it. Okay, guys, over here, beacon of hope, coat hook, and a nice handle over here that feels quite good, guys. I mean, it's good quality. No. Actually, wait. I was not comfortable yet. Now I'm very comfortable. Check this out. I have this nice armrest right here, leather, and also 2 cup holders. So this is the rear of the Hyundai Ionic, and I have to say it looks very nice. It's actually quite deep, but that's actually quite normal for its segment. Don't be surprised if space seems ever so slightly small, although in my opinion it doesn't look small. But if in your opinion it looks small, it's probably because of the hybrid technology and the battery or something hiding underneath the boot. Very normal and quite a common practice amongst many car manufacturers. I'm looking everywhere, guys. I don't see any rear boot socket, but I do see a lot of tether points. One here, one there, one there. Very practical for your shopping, and you guys get this pleasant cover right here. And I like how you guys, it's like a curtain almost. Very nice. So this is how you close the rear door, guys. It's not an electric close. For this one you have to pull it down yourself. Not too fast, not too slow, but at a steady pace, like I'm about to do right now. So 4 fingers right here, thumb right here. Now gently pull it. And ta-da, job done. So here's my conclusion about the Hyundai Ionic. Guys, I have to say I was absolutely stunned. I was absolutely impressed. This has to be one of the best value for money C-segment car I've ever seen. Now, for a price of 30,000 euros, is this good value for money or not? You know what, guys? I think it is great value for money. It's one of the best value for money cars I've ever seen. It's not the best, but it's one of the best. And I think the reason why is because of its equipment, the technology, and also the design, the exterior design, the front and the rear. I was very impressed with the approach of identity Hyundai has taken. My opinion of this Hyundai Ionic: I love this Hyundai Ionic, guys. I really, really do. This Hyundai Ionic is very special, and I think it's one of the best C-segment cars I've ever seen, guys. I love the design, I love the equipment list, and I'm very impressed about where it came from, guys. It's so impressive, and it's also a very uniquely styled car in my opinion. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go city cruising. See ya.